right, this is a demo for how to put on a handle, how to make a handle and put it on. So you can see the tools that I've got here. I've got a few different plastic modeling tools, a silicone tipped modeling tool, needle tool, got one of these ball end metal tools, scoring rib, sponge and water, and the end of a cap here that I'll be using to help attach the handle, and the mark here will be left behind. So you can find a different tip of a round stamp to use to make any sort of mark, like this one or this one. These are gonna end up probably being too big for my handle, which is why I've got this one as a back end. All right, so I've got a handle rolled out to 1/4 inch thick. I have this ruler here to measure the width of my handle itself. Just gonna cut on either side here. Okay. And the center part is going to become my handle. I'm gonna wanna smooth out the edges. So with a slightly damp sponge, just gonna go over those edges. And right now I'm only worried about the top and bottom. If there's any extra little pieces that get on there, make sure to scrape those off. So it's not too slippery. It's not yet reflecting water. It's not that slippery. Okay. Now I want to make a little bit of an indent on the inside, and I want my finger to be able to move along the middle. The reason for that is because I find it a little bit more comfortable to hold a handle that has a little bit of an indent. So you can also take the whole handle up and make it very wet. So your fingers will slide along all of the way. Then I'm going to use the back of my finger here and my thumb to kind of compress the middle of it, so you can see it's starting to get a little bit of a bend. Okay. Now I'm going to do the top first. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to place the handle, and I'm going to put the handle right here on this end. And I've got it on a patty paper on top of a banding wheel. It's going to be very helpful to turn it using that. So I'm going to use my scoring rib here to cut that. I'm going to shape the end just a little bit because this will be visible. So I want that kind of smooth edge everywhere. Now this may seem kind of counterintuitive, but we're going to be putting it upside down first. So I'm going to slip and score the area where I'm going to be connecting. I'm going to connect it right below the rim. And then here, I'm going to be slipping and scoring this as well. I'm going to place this here. And I'm just going to allow it to kind of flop over to this side. I'm going to try and use this one. So I'm bracing the inside as I push this stamp in. I get a little bit of a mark there. Now I'm going to make the handle. And I think I'm going to connect it right down there. This clay here, I've got to connect. And it's easiest to do it on the bottom side before you connect this. So I'm actually going to move this back, but I did want to get like a visual of where it was going to go. At this point, if you want to cut your handle shape to match that of your stamp, now's the time to do that. Using the sponge to smooth it all out right now so it looks all nice and pretty right at this stage, because again, once we move the handle to do the bottom, it won't match as easily. Silicone tips tool to do some detailing. Now I'm going to score the part where I'm going to connect the bottom. Scoring, dipping it in some water, scoring it a second time so it makes that slip. And this down here as well. And I'm going to hold it on the inside as I push on the outside. And I'm going to use a sponge to diffuse the pressure of my hands. So I'm going to just hold with a sponge on the inside. All right. Got that in there. Straighten it out a little bit if need be.